Good evening from Houston and a good morning to our friends over in Baikonur, Kazakhstan, and welcome to our live coverage of the hatch opening. The Soyuz MS-05 vehicle currently docked to the International Space Station here on NASA TV. Inside the Russian spacecraft, 3 crew members, Sergei Ryazanskiy of Roscosmos, Randy Bresnik of NASA, and Paolo Nespoli of the European Space Agency are standing by and just minutes away from opening up the hatches and making their way into the International Space Station to join the crew of Expedition 52. The 3 new crew members' day started just a little over 6 hours ago with a launch from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. They lifted off atop a Soyuz rocket carrying them into orbit. And here you can see Nespoli, Ryazanskiy, and Bresnik, the 3 inside the Soyuz right now. Everything with their launch went very smoothly today, with that rocket flying again from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan.
We'll be able to do
The launch took place at 10:41 a.m. Eastern Time, Central Time, 11:41 a.m. Eastern, or 9:41 p.m. nighttime over in Baikonur. Soyuz FG booster rocketing across the Kazakh sky, carrying these 3 crew members into space. All 3 stages of the rocket performing exactly as expected. The teams didn't track any issues with the launch throughout. We even got some pretty spectacular views on a clear night, this showing the first stage, those 4 strap-on boosters breaking away after just about 2 minutes into the flight with their job completed. But again, all 3 stages performing as expected on the Soyuz booster, eventually delivering it into orbit, and then getting a view inside the cockpit as that 3rd stage kick, signifying its shutdown and drop away. Then that put the crew members into their initial orbit. And they had a couple of moments to celebrate immediately after. And this a veteran crew inside this spacecraft. The 2nd flight for both Ryazanskiy and Bresnik, and then the 3rd for the ESA astronaut Paolo Nespoli. So a very veteran crew arriving at the International Space Station today. And that launch was followed by about 6 hours of different burns of raising the orbit of the Soyuz vehicle until this video just about a little over an hour ago when the vehicle approached the International Space Station. Everything went very smoothly with its flight towards the station as it gradually raised its orbit over several hours. All of that culminating with the spacecraft docking at 4:54 p.m. Central, 5:54 p.m. Eastern, while both the Soyuz spacecraft and the International Space Station were flying over Germany.
We have 2.5 minutes, according to my calculation. Yes, approximately.
Хорошо.
And again, this view from just a little bit over an hour as that Soyuz craft docked to the Rossviet module, the MS-05, the docking probe going in and doing the initial capture, and then shortly after, hooks between the vehicle itself and the docking module, Rossviet on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment closing, and then everything now leading to this. So since that docking, they've been able to get out of their so-called launch and entry suits and also conduct a series of leak checks between the vehicle and the station itself. All of that routine post-docking work just to ensure they have a tight seal between the craft and the station as they get ready to open the 2 hatches, one on the station side and one on the Soyuz itself. Both vehicles right now currently over the Pacific Ocean, so stations on a northeasterly track about to swing up over Central America, over the state of Florida, and then out over the Atlantic Ocean. We should be seeing the hatches open within the next half hour or so. And once the hatches are open, the crew members will be welcomed inside by the current Expedition 52 crew, including Russian cosmonaut Fyodor Yurchikhin, the commander of Expedition 52, and 2 NASA astronauts, Jack Fisher and Peggy Whitson. Fyodor Yurchikhin and Jack Fisher have been aboard since April of this year, whereas Peggy Whitson's been on board since November of last year. Actually just crossed into her 253rd day on orbit. Peggy Whitson, the all-time record holder for most time in space for an American astronaut, on her 3rd long-duration flight on board the station. Those 3 are scheduled to come home in early September, but they'll round out Expedition 52 over the next month with the 3 new crew members, Ryazanskiy, Bresnik, and Nespoli. So again, everything gone very smoothly with today's flight. The vehicle launching and docking without any issues, tracked by the teams. All of the operations being overseen by teams in the Russian Mission Control Center in Koryov, who have been watching over the vehicle since it detached from the 3rd stage of the Soyuz rocket and continued on its way over the next 6 hours to eventually catch up and dock with the International Space Station. So for now, though, the crew in the final stages of all of those leak checks, and again, getting a chance to get out of those launch and entry suits that they've been wearing for the last several hours. And then pretty soon they'll be ready to open up the hatches, get welcomed on board by the current Expedition 52 crew, expanding it to its full strength of 6, and then they'll move into the Russian service module, also known as Zvezda, and get a chance to speak with their friends, family, and other dignitaries and program guests from the 3 major space agencies represented on this flight, NASA, Roscosmos, and ESA, the European Space Agency, and get a chance to speak to all of those who have watched their journey from Baikonur, Kazakhstan, from launch all the way through docking, and now this upcoming hatch opening.
0211. Sergey, I'm going to step off. Ignat will be talking to you instead of me. Of course.
So the Orbit 2 team still on console here in Mission Control Houston. They've been watching over all of the events today. They are led today by the flight director right there, Anthony Varela, and just above him, Andreas Mogensen in the white shirt has been the Capcom for today, being the voice communication link between our crews down here on the ground and the astronauts up in space. And again, we're just standing by over the next several minutes as they finish up all these leak checks, equalize the pressure between the Soyuz spacecraft and the station itself, and get ready to open up the hatches and move inside.
Сейчас прошло
The time is up.
60 осталось.
We have
Игнат на связи.
Принято 760.
760. We copy.
Кто что-то сказал? Не было слышно.
If you said something else,
Yeah, they said okay.
I did not copy.
Very low, very low. Вас очень плохо слышно.
It is very difficult to hear you.
Сергей, следующий.
Сергей.
216.
Next measurement at 2:16.
Очень плохо слышно опять.
We can hardly copy you. Again.
Замер приняли 760. Следующий замер 0216.
We copied the measurement
В Москве есть,
760.
то мы вас не слышим.
Moscow, if you're talking to us, the two bodies, we do not hear you.
Paul, ты слышишь? Not anymore. They did not talk anymore. Okay. They said something, but yeah. And I understood in 10 minutes. We talk in 10 minutes, something like that. Okay, okay.
Сергей, слышишь меня? Сергей, слышишь меня?
Yeah, they call again. Все в Москве и дворе очень плохо вас слышно. С помехами далеко и совсем невнятно.
Борейцу по Москве, как слышите?
They called again. Да, но я не понимаю, что они говорят.
Борейцу по Москве.
Отлично слышно.
We'll read you
Слышишь?
5 by 5.
Прекрасно, хорошо слышно.
Yes, now I read you loud and clear.
Игнат, скажи еще что-нибудь.
Да.
Anything else? 1, 2.
Сергей, как слышишь?
Sergey, how do you read us?
Хорошо, сейчас хорошо слышно.
Read you well?
А то, что совсем было.
Было небольшое
Previously,
прерывание.
it was poorly. We had a short calm dropout.
Да, понятно.
Okay, copy.
0211, 760 давление было, да?
At 0211, you had pressure of 760, yes.
Через 2 минуты следующий замер ждем.
In 2 minutes, we'll be waiting for your next measurement. Okay, copy.
And so right now we're continuing to stand by for that hatch opening. Should be coming up shortly. But again, right after hatch opening, the crew will be able to talk to friends, family, and program officials over in Baikonur. And our own NASA PAO, Rob Navius, is standing by in Baikonur right now with one of those, the NASA Acting Administrator, Robert Lightfoot. Why don't we head over to there in Baikonur?
Dan, it's been about 8.5 hours since the Soyuz spacecraft lifted off from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, not far from here, and through the magic of orbital mechanics, a crew is docked and ready to open hatches to put us in a position once again to have 6 crew members on board the station. Here to watch the launch and with us at this hour, NASA's Acting Administrator, Robert Lightfoot. Robert, good evening, and thanks for joining us today.
Good to be here, Rob.
What were your impressions when you saw the Soyuz lift off? It was a sunset spectacle. Your thoughts on watching your first launch?
Yeah, it was just spectacular. The timing couldn't have been any better when you think about the lighting. And then knowing Sergey, Paulo, and Randy were sitting there and seeing them hold hands as it took off was pretty fascinating. And then watching the flight, I think we saw it for 6 minutes as it went over the horizon. Just spectacular view.
You know, it was a flawless flight for the Soyuz all the way through just a smooth docking. Couldn't be any smoother. And we're going to see the crew here very, very shortly. What does this mission mean in terms of international cooperation, a multinational crew, and bringing the station back to full strength?
Yeah, I think getting the station back to full strength is very important for us. We have so much research we're going to get done on this particular expedition segment. I think the fact that we have an ESA astronaut, a U.S. astronaut, and a Russian astronaut just demonstrates the multinational part of this tremendous orbiting laboratory and the cooperation we need to get that research and exploration done to push humans further into space. It's a global endeavor, and if anything, we saw that today in spades with everything that went on.
And we talked a little earlier about the partnership, the strength of this international cooperation, the linchpin of the International Space Station, of course, and its ultimate legacy. How far is that going to take us out when we explore further well beyond low Earth orbit?
Yeah, you know, this is the first step, and low Earth orbit's teaching us so much, and it's teaching us all so much, and we're going to need that cooperation as we move further out. And I think we'll build off the foundation that we've built with the International Space Station, and everything we do from here on out will basically jump off of this starting point. Still got a lot to do on the station. A lot to do for the next few years, and the teams are ready to go, and just so proud of the ground teams here, the ground teams at home. They got everybody ready to go and got the research up there for these guys to go take it on when they get there. It's going to be a busy time.
And how about the importance of the station overall, not just as a orbiting United Nations, if you will, but a research platform, a test platform for what we're going to do in future human exploration?
Yeah, if you look at the technologies we're trying to test up there, just the systems, the things that we're going to need when we go further into space, life support, just the potential for habitation, modules, things like that we're doing, plus the research we're doing just on the crew, what happens to the human body when we're in this environment. It's all going to feed forward. Every bit of it's feeding forward to what we want to do with our exploration plans. So it's a critical first step for us as we make the plans that we're going to have to go forward. So it's exciting to see it going the way it's going.
Great. NASA's acting administrator Robert Lightfoot, one of the many dignitaries here from this multinational endeavor as we prepare for the arrival on board of the 3 crew members who are now docked to the International Space Station. Back to you, Dan.
All right, and thanks, Rob, and thanks to Acting Administrator Lightfoot for those words. Back now with a view inside the International Space Station now, this looking down the barrel of the Ryazanskiy module at the hatch on the station side, which hopefully in just a few minutes we'll start seeing that get opened up. There's 2 hatches. There's one on the station side and one on the Soyuz side. And so once both of those are open, the crew will be able to move inside of the International Space Station. So again, at this moment, they're just finishing up the leak checks, all of the other standard work ahead of this hatch opening. But we are hopeful that we'll see that hopefully within the next couple of minutes. And obviously, we'll be bringing you those live views inside the station as much as possible, and then getting ready to welcome this new crew on board.
Yes, still another minute.
How much time is left?
Еще минутку.
1 more minute.
Хорошо.
Okay.
Мы все переоделись.
We have changed our clothes, the entire crew. Copy?
This is a view of the Soyuz MS-05 as it's docked to Ryazanskiy. You can see things have gotten quite dark behind it as the station now flying into an orbital nighttime. It's out just over the northern Atlantic off the east coast of northern Canada. It's going to continue almost due east for just a little bit before swinging down, moving over northern Africa, out through the central part of the continent, eventually swinging out to the very southern part of the Indian Ocean. For now, though, the crew members inside the Soyuz spacecraft, Russian cosmonaut Sergei Ryazanskiy, NASA astronaut Randy Bresnik, and ESA astronaut Paolo Nespoli from Italy, inside and getting ready to enter into the International Space Station for their 4.5-month stay as flight engineers, and for one of them, Randy Bresnik, an expedition commander, on board the International Space Station. It's a very veteran crew, with both Bresnik and Ryazanskiy having their second space flight. Nespoli already has 2 space flights on his resume, and this is going to be his 3rd flight on board or into space. So very experienced crew arriving to round out Expedition 52, getting it back up to a full 6 crew members, and then that'll obviously enable them to get back to all of the work, the science, the research, and the maintenance, all of the different activities that they do on a day-to-day basis on board the International Space Station with a couple of extra hands.
Let me help. It's working. Throw me your gloves, please.
20 minut.
20 minutes.
761.
761.
Принято, Борей, 761.
Copy, Beret 761.
So again, still getting a look at the Soyuz MS-05 spacecraft docked to the Rassvet module on the International Space Station. Inside, 3 new crew members for Expedition 52, Sergei Ryazanskiy of Roscosmos, Randy Bresnik of NASA, and Paolo Nespoli of ESA, the European Space Agency. Should just be a few minutes away from opening the hatches, both on the Soyuz spacecraft and the station itself, and getting these 3 new crew members on board. And they're going to be joining Fyodor Yurchikhin, Jack Fisher, and Peggy Whitson on board as Expedition 52. And once those hatches are open, they'll say hello and then get squared away for some calls back down to the ground where their friends, family, and program officials from the various space agencies are gathering in Baikonur to get a chance to see their crew, their friends, family, coworkers, and loved ones for the first time since they left Earth just a couple of hours ago. So we'll continue to stand by, looking forward to that hatch opening shortly and getting ready to welcome 3 new crew members on board the station.
We can start the spacesuit drying. 2 spacesuit drying. 2 crew members are in BO, 1 in ESA, and we can turn on the drying of the spacesuits. Let me check into that. Thank you.
Да, разрешаем.
Yes, we give you a go.
Еще раз.
Please repeat again.
Разрешаем, да.
Yes, we give you a go to start drying.
И один из скафандров, потом на
In one of the spacesuits
735 корабле.
on vehicle 735 is going to be drying. Okay, copy.
Can you jump into central seat, please? Yes. And connect 2 suits. Which one? Yours and Randy's. Let's start with Randy. Okay. So it's closed. It's closed. It's connected. Cables in the pockets. Can you hit this one? You can leave it. Take it later if you want. Okay. It is Randy. Got it. And
And it's just a pretty cool view. That is the Soyuz. You can just still kind of make out in the center of your screen. In the background, the last vestige of light cast over the Earth as they enter into an orbital nighttime. The crew just flying over Central Europe right now. We're going to continue in this orbital nighttime for the next couple of minutes. The sun should come up in about 20 minutes or so. Always a reminder, the station flying around the Earth at about 17,500 miles an hour. The station crew seeing about 16 sunrises and sunsets a day. So it can wreak havoc on your circadian rhythm, but luckily the crew has a lot to help manage that, but definitely provides for some spectacular views like this one right here, getting to see the Earth from a whole new perspective. We are still hopefully just a few minutes away from that hatch opening. We'll be sure to bring you the videos we get it from inside the station, getting a chance to see these crew members on board their home for the next 4.5 months. Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli ready to join the crew of Expedition 52.
There are instructions in the orbital flight on space vehicle deactivation. Let's look into that. Okay. You can take the orbital flight ODF procedure. Okay, let me get orbital flight.
Is it down here? Unfortunately, yes. Should be green. No, green is pushed. That, okay. Then what's left? This one. No, this one. No way. It's not полет. Полет. Wait. Okay, maybe it's in below. Let me check.
Orbital flight procedure is probably in container number 1. I was thinking that too. 1 second. Yes, Paolo, it's over here.
And getting a really rare treat here, you can actually see lightning and thunderstorms right now over the nighttime portion of Earth. That's what those flashes are over the Earth's surface. So something we rarely get to see in live HD video. The station itself actually just over Serbia right now. And so we're actually looking towards the southeastern part of Europe. They're about to cross over Bulgaria and over into Turkey. So we're actually seeing some thunderstorms down on the surface.
Sergei, for vehicle deactivation for the conference, you need to execute the steps on page 25. Okay. Basically starting on page 25 and going through page 38. From page 25 through 38. Yes. Then you're going to be routing air ducts. And changing out the scrubbing cartridges in both BO and SA today. Yes, today as well. Okay. On page 36, changing out the scrubbing cartridge in this cartridge 1. You need to take it out in SA and remove it in SA. And cartridge number 3, take it from Servant, and it's going to be a new one. Yes, I know they're packed over here. And the gas analyzer deactivation for page 37. Do not execute that part.
Хорошо, принято. Не выполняем.
Okay, copy, will not execute.
Серьез? Да. Отвечает команда. Вентиляция.
Sergey, ventilation?
And again, we're just standing by for a few moments. As you can see here, back over in Baikonur, friends, family, and other folks gathering, getting ready. The hatches not open yet on the Soyuz or the station itself, but once those hatches are open and the three new crew members, Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli, make their way into the station, they'll get a chance to speak to the folks back in Baikonur. Been a very long day for them as they watched the launch late last night in Kazakhstan and now early in the morning, but getting a chance to see their loved ones and coworkers move into the station after a very successful flight today, and we'll be looking forward to that as well.
Sergey, go ahead.
Замер там крайний. Сколько?
What was the most recent reading? What's the pressure? Stand by.
761.
761.
Принято.
Copy.
Закрываем ККТ.
Close KKT.
Закрываем ККТ.
ККТ закрыт.
KKT is closed.
Принято.
Copy.
Принято.
So continuing to get some really spectacular views from one of the newly installed HD cameras outside the station. Now what you're actually seeing is some city lights there down on planet Earth. The station itself right now just passing directly over Jordan, about to pass over Saudi Arabia, out over the Arabian Peninsula. Meanwhile, the crew inside just about done with all of the leak checks. They should shortly begin equalizing the pressure between Soyuz and the International Space Station. It was just reported that typically takes a little less than 10 minutes, so we should be getting close to that hatch opening shortly soon, and then we'll be ready to see these crew members. But in the meantime, we're continuing to get treated to a pretty spectacular view of the Earth passing by below.
Мы уточнили уже. 760.
Yes, we double checked. 761.
761. Записали.
Okay, so 761, we wrote it down.
Ну и выполняем.
Close RPV 1, please. Хорошо. RPV 1 закрыто. Спасибо.
И на 1 минуту открываем КВТ.
And open KVD-SU for 1 minute.
Сейчас я
Okay.
помогу Павлу.
Okay, I'm going to go and help Paolo.
Все. Это все?
That's all.
Okay, great. Can you please issue one command? Yes, 1 second. S5. S5. I need to go to the other. Oh, yeah, here it is, okay. S5 готов. No. Yes. I will tell you when. Готов. Команда S5 выдана.
Commander 5 has been sent. Copy.
You can start removing this. Follow in 10 seconds. Готов.
Ready.
S6. Выдано.
Sent.
Команда S6 выдана.
The command S6 has been sent.
Принято, спасибо.
Copy, thank you.
Ждем открытия станционного люка.
We're waiting for the station hatch to open, and then we're going to execute the steps in the box. Copy, standing by.
Сергей, и еще надо будет
Sergey, also
из мину первого.
you need to transfer BNP with 3 gas masks to BO from room 1 when you're performing the deactivation steps. Okay.
And now we're getting to see some of the crew members on board the station right now. You can see Fyodor Yurchikhin there already in the way back. Peggy Whitson just floating in there, and Jack Fisher in the corner on the left there. Those are the 3 current Expedition 52 crew members that are going to very soon be welcoming these 3 new crew members, Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli on board.
Сергей, тканевый экран не снимали еще со шпангоута в бытовом отсеке?
Sergey, have you removed the screen
Принято.
from the bulkhead attachment? Yes, we have. Everything is ready. We have removed it. Copy.
So it looks like Fyodor Yurchikhin, the current Expedition 52 commander, at the hatch now. Again, this is a view from inside the Rosviet module. They'll have to open up this hatch, then also the hatch on the Soyuz spacecraft itself. It looks like we're getting very close now. And looks like the first one is open, so the hatch open on the station side. And there you can see the very top of the Soyuz, and that's where the docking probe and everything was deployed earlier during the actual docking. But once that hatch is open, the crew members will be able to come inside, so getting very close now.
Итак, открываем ККТ.
Okay, so we're opening KKT.
ККТ открыт.
KKT is open. Copy.
Открываем КВД.
Open KVD.
Паула, S3 должен гореть.
S3 should be eliminated. I'll confirm S3.
Контролируем выравнивание давления. У нас оно падает.
So monitoring pressure. The pressure is dropping on our side. Yes, that is correct. It should be dropping.
Давление 804 и падает.
Принято.
So
Pressure 704 and dropping.
So again, for those just tuning in, we are just moments away from the hatch opening on the Soyuz side. The hatch is open inside the International Space Station, just one more hatch to go. And then we'll see these three new crew members make their way from the spacecraft into the International Space Station. Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli standing by inside. Here in this view, you can see the current station commander, Fyodor Yurchikhin, who opened the hatch up on the Russian side. Just off screen, NASA astronaut Jack Fisher. The other crew member currently on board, Peggy Whitson, has floated in and out of view a few times, so they'll be ready to welcome their three new crew members on board momentarily. They're waiting for all the pressures to line up, and then once that's done, the hatch will be open. We'll see these crew members make their way on board.
Sub Moscow Barry.
MCC Moscow, Barry. Go ahead.
При переходе
While
связь на корабле отключаем все полностью сразу.
we're translating from the vehicle, do we deactivate all comm in the vehicle, or do we do it afterwards when we're deactivating the vehicle?
И надо будет сразу же с лица связи.
Execute hatch opening,
Надо будет сразу отключить.
and then you need to turn off the comm immediately upon hatch opening.
Хорошо, принято.
Okay, copy.
Ну и во время консервации
Also during deactivation,
оператор нижнего зала.
operator from the lower control room is going to be talking to you on the loop.
Хорошо.
Okay.
Давление у нас
Pressure is 784.
практически стабилизировалось.
It's almost stabilized.
Нет, 783.
No, it's 783. Copy.
And again, right now, just waiting for the pressure to equalize, again, between the Soyuz and the station. The Ethos flight controller, who overlooks a lot of the life support systems, reporting it's starting to tail off, so things looking good. Getting very close now to that hatch opening. In just a few minutes, we'll see three new faces move through that hatch and join the crew of Expedition 52.
Okay.
Барри по Москве.
Barry, MCC Moscow. Go ahead.
Ну вот по орбитальному полету
About the orbital flight procedure. Pressure's dropping.
принято.
Copy.
по 35-й странице.
For page 35 of the orbital flight procedure, they change the replacement of the scrubbing cartridge in the barrel. Do not execute that step. That is item 4.3. Copy. Thank you. And do not execute item 4.3. Just change out the scrubbing cartridge in SA. Yes, correct.
Хорошо.
Okay.
Давление 770 падает.
The pressure is 770 and is continuing to drop. Copy.
Давление 768.
The pressure is 768. Seems to be stabilizing.
Принято.
Copy.
Принято. 2 минуты стабильно должно быть.
2 minutes, it should be stable.
Принято.
Copy.
And again, we're getting a live view inside of the Rossviet module. That's Fyodor Yurchikhin, the Expedition 52 commander, floating just in the center of your screen. And Jack Fisher, the NASA astronaut, one of the flight engineers on board just off to the left. Should be just a few moments away from the hatch on the Soyuz side getting opened up. And we'll see Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli make their way on board the International Space Station.
The pressure is stable. Yes. Close KKT and KVD.
Закрываем ККТ.
Closing KKT and closing KVD.
Открываем вручную.
Opening manually.
Да.
Yes.
Ну что, мы вас поздравляем.
Well,
с успешной
congratulations on successful docking.
счастливым.
We're wishing you a great flight. Thank you very much.
До связи.
And now open the hatch manually per page 81, 81. Copy. And upon hatch opening, you will need to turn off the comm assets in the vehicle. Will do. Okay. Talk to you later. Go ahead and execute the steps.
All right, with that, the pressure equalized between the Soyuz and the station. Now ready for the moment of truth, the hatch opening. So stay tuned. Oh, and there it is. We see the hatch opened 6:57 p.m. Central Time, 7:57 p.m. Eastern, with the station just about 257 statute miles over the Indian Ocean.
Сейчас стой, погоди. Дай ключ к северу. Assalamu alaikum. Сейчас вылезаем.
Yes, we're going to climb out.
You can come.
Follow.
Randy, you can go. All sweet. Embrace. Yes. No.
We do not see a video from you.
And so we'll stand by for a moment, try and get that video back. But the hatch is open. That hatch opening time, again, 6:57 p.m. Central, 7:57 p.m. Eastern, with the station flying just over the Indian Ocean.
There was a 20-second dropout, but we're waiting for the KU band to tune. Turn off the comm assets. MCC Moscow, how do you read us? Yes, you can go ahead and turn off the comm assets. Okay, I'm going to leave the loop. Yes, we do not see the video. Do you see it now? We will check it. Copy. Thank you.
And there's our view back inside of Rassvet. And there you can see through the hatchway Sergei Ryazanskiy, the Russian Federal Space Agency Roscosmos. And we'll see shortly, but it may have been Ryazanskiy, the third and final crew member out of the Soyuz, as it appears they are moving on into the service module. So if that's what happened, well, we have a short loss of video there. We should see all of them gathering in the Zvezda service module momentarily. And then once they're all set up, we'll get ready to give them a chance to speak to their friends, family, and some program officials back down in Baikonur. And so for right now, we'll just hang with this really great view of that Soyuz MS-05 vehicle docked to the Rossviet module. You can see the very edge of a solar array just in the right side of your screen as the station continues over the southern part of the Indian Ocean, eventually swinging out over to the south of Australia. The crew on board, they'll get set up over the next couple of minutes inside the Russian service module, and then we'll get ready for them to have a chance to speak with their friends and family back down in Baikonur.
Go ahead. How do you read us? How do you see us? We hear you loud and clear, but we have no video. The switch over to the com is ongoing. MCC Moscow ISS for Fyodor Nikolaevich on Space Dragon 1. Go ahead. Well, we are not receiving the video right now. We need to figure out why we're missing the video. Okay, we will take a look in a minute. Yes, we sent all the commands. The picture will appear in a minute. Do you see the video? Yes, we're seeing it now. We see you. Do you see the video now? Yes, we see you now. We see you all. Sasha, did the RAM camera go to sleep? It looks like it was on standby as well. Yes, we didn't realize that ourselves. Yes, you should have told us right away. We didn't notice it. We were looking at the crew members. Understand, but take that into account. Yes, we need to watch that because sometimes the settings get deleted. Remember, we had to enter all the settings from scratch onto one camera. Yes, I remember. You can start the program right now. Everybody is ready. We're ready as well. MCC Moscow ISS, how do you read us? We read you loud and clear. How us? I understand you're going to be talking to Baikonur now. ISS expedition crew is ready to conduct the conference. Baikonur, how do you read to ISS?
Stabilization. This is Rob Navius with your colleagues, families, and friends in Baikonur.
Loud and clear. Thank you. I give you for fresh news. These guys coming today. I'm ready for talking with you. Right up.
Thank you all. You look great, and we'll start the event. Hey, this is Robert Lightfoot, Acting Administrator at NASA. Great ride, guys. It was a beautiful launch today, and it's great to see you on orbit. You look pretty good up there. Look a lot more comfortable than when we loaded you here about 8.5 hours ago. So I know Fedor, Peggy, and Jack are glad to have some new house guests there, and look forward to this mission going forward. And congratulations again on a great launch, and looking forward to the mission, guys. Outstanding.
Thank you, sir. We're feeling and looking a lot better up here because it's a lot cooler up here than it was down there.
Paolo, great to see you up there. You get all the congratulations from the colleagues in ESA. Great launch. We're looking forward to your stay over there, and really the best from all of us.
Thank you, Franco. Really appreciate it. Please give my congratulations and thanks to everybody. Now we begin again the work. Thank you.
Paolo, sono Andrea Zanini, ti porto i saluti di tutta l'Agenzia Spaziale Italiana e del Presidente. Bello vederti in orbita, buon lavoro per quello che ti aspetta nei prossimi mesi ed è un grande orgoglio per tutti noi. Un abbraccio.
ISS calling Baikonur, we lost comm.
Paolo, sono Andrea Zanini, ti saluto, ti vedo in grande forma, è bello vederti in orbita. Okay. Puoi fare tu.
We hear you.
Passa quello. Ok. Ciao Paolo, è bello vederti. Sono Andrea Zanini, ti porto un abbraccio e i saluti del Presidente e di tutta l'Agenzia Spaziale Italiana e ti auguro un buon lavoro per i prossimi mesi. Un abbraccio.
Grazie Andrea, ricambi e saluti del Presidente Battiston e saluti a tutti dall'Agenzia Spaziale Italiana. Sarò qua su anche per voi e aiutatemi a arrivare sempre più in alto, grazie.
Сереж, привет, это Саша.
Sergey, hi, this is Sasha.
Очень за вас всех рада. Вы наконец.
I am very happy for you. You're home.
Здорово вас всех видеть.
Very glad to see you in your space home.
Желаю тебе, чтобы все прошло благополучно.
Wishing you everything. And Ksusha is saying hi.
Спасибо большое, спасибо.
Мы с ним верим. Папа может.
We will believe in you.
Папа сможет, да.
Yes, that Papa can do it. Yes, Papa can do it.
Тебе еще просили передать.
They also
Спасибо большое, ребят, спасибо.
asked me to tell you hi. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Пока.
Okay, bye.
Пока-пока, целую.
Bye. Kisses.
Сережа, это мама.
Seryously, this is Mom.
Привет.
Рада вас
Hi.
видеть.
I am glad to see you all.
Вы очень красиво стартовали.
Your lunch was beautiful. Did you like it?
Спасибо, нам самим.
Thank you. We liked it ourselves. Yes, I liked it very much.
Прекрасно.
It was beautiful. I'm very happy.
И удачи.
Enjoy your work and good luck.
Спасибо большое, вам тоже удачи.
Thank you very much. Every success to you and get a good break.
Сережа, это Надя.
Seryously, this is Nadia speaking.
Лёша и детей.
From Lyosha and children.
Старт был очень красивый.
All the best. The lunch was beautiful.
Спасибо, спасибо. Я
Thank you.
Работы и
I'm very glad.
успеваю фотографировать.
Have
спасибо, буду стараться.
good time working there and take good pictures. So I will try. They will teach me how.
Сереж, это
Sergey,
папа.
this is Dad.
Поздравляю с
Congratulations
стыковкой.
on successful docking,
Отличный.
on the start of excellent work,
Все в дальнейшем было
and wishing you
удачно, как было красиво.
smooth and beautiful continuation of your stay on board as the
Спасибо большое.
docking was.
Спасибо.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Стараться.
Well, we'll try. We'll work hard.
Hey, how are you? Randy, this is your
Hi,
wife.
gorgeous.
Randy, this is your wife.
I know. It's good to hear
Hey,
from you.
I have two very anxious children that want to talk to you first, so I'm going to pass you on to them and let them talk first, okay?
Sounds great.
Hi.
Hi, Wyatt. What'd you think of that rocket launch? What'd you think of that rocket launch?
It was bright and loud and interesting.
Well, maybe someday you'll get a chance to ride on one. Someday you'll get a chance to ride on one.
That would be nice.
Did you get any sleep?
I just want to tell you that I love you and we'll miss you. Yes, I did. About 5 hours or so.
Outstanding. I love you.
5 hours or so.
Great. I love you too. And have a safe trip back to Moscow and home.
All right.
Hey, Papa.
Hi, little munchkin. Look who made it with us. Hi, little munchkin. Did you like it when we started the rocket and blasted off?
Yes.
That makes me happy because I miss you already. And I'll see you soon. Take care of Pink Puppy for me, okay? Take care of Pink Puppy for me, okay?
Show Papa that you got Pink Puppy. Oh, yes, that's right. All right. I love you and I'll talk to you later. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
That sounds wonderful. I love you. Bye.
Hello, son. Ruth and I are just so happy to see, and along with Jesse and Andrew, see that a successful launch and for your arrival at the space station. I know you'll enjoy your entire mission.
Thanks, Dad. It was great to have you guys there the past few days, and Ruth and Jesse and Andrew. And I hope that was just as amazing for you guys as just about it was for us on the inside.
Yes, it certainly was, and we'll share it with everybody back home. Take care. We love you.
Take care. We love you.
All right, Dad. Love you too.
Hey, I just wanted to say enjoy, and we've got things covered down here, and we'll see you in 5 months.
Well, I'm glad that this baby is finally out of the womb, and we can go ahead and enjoy the mission. I thank you for the amazing love and support you've given me the last 2 years to get to this point, and I hope that we can go ahead and make you proud while we're up here.
I am positive you will, honey. Love you.
I love you too. And have a safe trip home. And I'd just like to take this minute to say that was the most amazing, smooth rocket ride I've ever had. And I would really like to say thanks on behalf of the 3 of us to our Russian colleagues and our Russian partners who made such a beautiful vehicle. And our partners in Baikonur, our ones in Moscow, Cosmos, and Energia, and Snimash, and Zvezda, and Senki, and also the PSS people that are all deployed throughout our whole trajectory. Огромное спасибо. Красная погода.
Ciao Paolo, this is Sasha. Looking great. Great ride. Wow, I wish you the great adventure. Sorry I didn't bring the kids. They were asleep and they had enough adventures yesterday. Almost jumped in on that rocket and go with you. So I have your friends here and they're gonna say hi, okay?
Thank you, Sasha. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming and also doing the extra step again. Sorry not to see the kids, but it's okay. I mean, I think they had enough at the moment.
Ciao Secco, avrai capito chi sono Gabriele Rigon. Congratulazioni per lo splendido lancio e ti porto l'abbraccio e gli auguri di tutti gli ex colleghi della Forza Armata e buon lavoro Paolo.
Grazie Gabriele, ti ringrazio come al solito, sempre presente nelle occasioni importanti. Grazie, riforza e saluti a tutti i colleghi e amici in Italia. Grazie.
Senz'altro sarà fatto Paolo, buon lavoro.
Ciao Paolo, sono Amos. Sei un grande, oggi mi hai regalato un'emozione gigantesca e anche da casa ti porto i saluti da Babbo Andrea e da Veronica che sono rimasti col fiato sospeso sugli schermi fino in fondo. Sei un grande. Forza Paolo e forza Italia.
Grazie Amos, più che grande alto a dire la verità, un po' schiacciato dentro la Soyuz, ma ringrazio per gli auguri e i saluti di tutti, contraccambia e saremo quando tu farai cose ancora più grandi di queste. Ciao.
Ciao Paolo, Giuseppe, grazie per la grande emozione che ho vissuto oggi. La partenza della Soyuz è stata un'emozione enorme. Grazie e buon lavoro.
Grazie a te Giuseppe, grazie per essere venuto, ci sentiamo, grazie.
And for Expedition 52, congratulations once again, just a magnificent day, and that's going to wrap it up here in Baikonur. And with that, we'll turn it back to our audio control room at the Johnson Space Center in Houston. Thank you.
Thank you to all participants in Baikonur Station. We're now resuming operational audio communications. Have a good evening.
And so with that, one last view at the crew members, all 6 now on board the International Space Station. The 3 new arrivals, Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli. A long but very successful day for them, starting off with that launch earlier this morning at 10:41 a.m. Central Time, followed by about a 6-hour flight to the International Space Station, a docking to the Rassvet module, and now the hatches open, the crew on board, and Expedition 52 back at full strength. Again, those 3 new crew members on board, Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik, and Paolo Nespoli. Be sure to follow them on social media throughout their missions. For Randy Bresnik, that'll be just at Astro Comrade at the various social media sites on there. And then you can also follow Paolo as well. So with that, we are going to wrap up our final bit of coverage here for tonight. Just a reminder, we will have a video file coming up in just a little while, about an hour and a half from now, with the final compilation of all of the day's events, showing all of the docking and hatch opening activities, including those calls that we just saw. So in case you want to watch that replay, tune in to NASA TV in just a little while. So with that, I want to thank you for joining us throughout the day. A very successful launch docking and hatch opening. 3 new crew members on board the station, Expedition 52, at a full 6 crew. With that, we will go ahead and sign off for one last time today. This is Mission Control Houston.